Let's be honest. It's safe to say that Microsoft has won the first half of the year when it comes to producing games, when it comes to producing first party games, and when it comes to delivering games on Game Pass. We have to be honest because Microsoft is really, really feeding the Xbox community. I mean, there's so much food.
I'm saying I don't need that much. Can you take a lot of it out? Oh my God. Oh. Hold on. I don't need that much. I'm gonna need a suitcase. Oh my gosh.
That is literally how Xbox fans are feeling at the moment. On the other hand, we have past Xbox players who used to be on Xbox are now losing weight. Yes, they are losing weight. And this is not surprising. I mean, we know why these new ponies are losing weight because of what Sony is giving them. Yes, Sony fans are left hungry, dusty, and musty because they have no games. And because of that, we are seeing the cracks in their armor. They are now even annoying even big YouTubers like Asmongold. Look at how Asmongold reacts to Jimmy Neutron. He stumbled upon his content and he's really seeing the kind of pony this Jimmy Neutron is. Look at this.
I don't give a frick about this stupid social point rat race that you guys play.
Why do you try to pretend that you don't care about popularity of your channel? You literally, like this, I hate it when people do this. This is so annoying.
People call it a rage bait.
Like you have your member goal that's in the corner. My webcam is covering it, but you can see it right there. You're talking about being a Twitch partner, and there's nothing wrong with this at all. But how are you, like what is this?
You PC guys are hilarious. You're hilarious. As you get really upset and really angry at multiple bad multi-platform launches. And
why would they not be mad if the game comes out and it doesn't work and they buy the game? Don't you have a what? What are you? Who is this? What?
Multiple really bad ports to PC. Here's an idea. Maybe get your own games. Do you ever?
What? So it's the people's. What the? Who the is this? This is insane. Guys, I gotta go. I don't even want to watch the rest of this. This is so stupid. I have to watch it. No, actually, no, I don't. This is pathetic and stupid, and it's a waste of everybody's time. I'm not even going to spend another second on it.
Yes, ponies all over the internet. Ponies fighting against pony. You know, these guys are getting annoying. These guys are getting sick. You know why? Because they have no games to play. Yes, Sony has no games. Not only that, but as these guys continue to argue about Xbox, now these guys are now debating whether Xbox games are doing well on, PlayStation. I mean, these ponies don't know what they asked for. These ponies were out here asking for the whole slate and they didn't even realize that they were asking for Xbox games to be dominating their platform. Currently, every Xbox game that lands on PlayStation is dominating their platform, making more PlayStation gamers play more Xbox games, but they are not even realizing it. You know who would have summarized this well? Yes, King from the Iron Lords podcast would have summarized this well for these ponies.
That, right? Because we're dominating your ecosystem. We're dominating your storefront. So it was not just a show for you, it was a show for us. Right? Because right now, we want to make sure that you guys live well, right? You want the whole slate. Now, that's an expensive plate, right? Y'all looked at it. See how Xbox looked at it? We looked at the show as, wow, this is day one in Game Pass. This is lit. World premiere. Y'all hear world premiere? Your wallet start to scream. Put some new,
man.
Y'all saw Clockwork Revolution. Y'all was like, yo, I like that. I want to know how many of you dudes converted that day. That was the conversion day, the mass exodus day, the day that y'all said to hell with these dudes. I'm sick and tired of paying.
What about $80 out of world?
I want to. Let's get to that. $80 for who?
Yo.
That's good, Travis. I like that.
Oh, this nigga is a fool, man.
Well said, King from the Iron Lords podcast. I mean, give those guys a shout out there, man. But yes, these ponies are down bad. These ponies are in their pony circle here, just talking about Xbox is not doing well and they're going down easy. It's not a Xbox. Boo hoo hoo, ponies cry more.
You were saying about the
it's got a lot of pre-orders though.
All the time, right?
No, listen, like here's the thing, you had to pre-order for PlayStation to get it doesn't mean that they're going to buy it. I mean, here's the thing, when you see all these articles are running, this Xbox game is dominating pre-orders. I mean, that thing could have 20,000 pre-orders and that's it, right? It doesn't mean it's dominating, it just means that there's not a lot of other stuff out there right now.
Wait, Crap Gamer. Are you saying that there's nothing to buy right now on the PlayStation Store? So what about Death Stranding 2? That's a PlayStation exclusive. Why are the PlayStation community not making Death Stranding 2 number 1 on the pre-order charts? Clearly, we are seeing that Gears of War is number 1. I mean, yes, it's cheaper than Death Stranding, but after all, it's a PlayStation game. I mean, come on. Why are you lying, Crap Gamer?
The pre-order, plus, it's a little bit cheaper. People are maybe curious. I think Gears of War is going to do initially decent, but if you look at it, it had topped out at 1,200 people on Steam. There was hardly anybody on it on Xbox. I don't know about PlayStation because I didn't bother to mess with it there. But if you look at the Gears 1 play, it's very old school, right?
Yes, Microsoft is selling all these old games so you ponies could lap it up, because guess what? You guys are hungry and starving over there on that side. So even though Gears is an old game, the PlayStation community will buy it up because they haven't had a good game in years. So while these ponies here are down bad, while they are complaining about Xbox, whether they are dominating the PlayStation or not, we are going to tackle the topic about, is it a console? Right now, everyone is debating whether the new Xbox consoles are really an Xbox or is it a PC? Which one is it? Does it even matter? What did Microsoft say long time ago about the Xbox? We are going to dissect what is going on here. So sit back, relax, and let's get it.
This is a sickness!
Let's get it. So guys, before we continue the video, let me just say thanks to all the recent subscribers. As you all know, we are on the road to 5,000 subscribers, and no doubt hitting that like and subscribe button would aid in that goal. Of course, you're not doing it for free. You're getting some of the best Xbox content this side of the internet, and of course, we try to make you laugh, and we specialize in disciplining ponies, the ravenous pony cultist fans, the PlayStation fans that is. We discipline them. So if this type of content interests you, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button today. Now let's get back to the video. So let me just say that ever since Sarah Bond came out with that video, talking about how they are going to make an Xbox that can have, all sorts of different storefronts and so forth, the PlayStation community, they are not having the best week. Let's put it like that. Currently, these guys are arguing it's not a console, it's a PC. How does that affect the PlayStation community? I mean, only they know. They are trying their best to sleep at night knowing that this is a PC. Well, regardless of what, let's dissect that question and let's expose these guys and show these guys that the Xbox has always been a PC. Did you hear what I just said? The Xbox has always been a PC. So how do you guys going to spend this one? Because if the argument is that this new Xbox is going to be a PC, then guess what? This is what Microsoft has always done. You don't believe me? Let's look at this little documentary and let's dissect it.
One of the first things Nat said was we needed a proper code name.
Something that would plant in people's head and take on a life of its own.
Nat said, well, isn't it really a DirectX box in the living room? I'm like, yeah, it's like a DirectX box. That's what it's about.
And we just put up on the board, let's call it the DirectX box.
So a couple seconds into this video, we are seeing that the PlayStation community looks very stupid. They were saying because the new Xbox that Sarabon would have spoken about would be running Windows, that it will be a PC. And they didn't even know that the first Xbox was also running a version of Windows. How stupid these ponies look at this point.
So we had this awkward thing in our mouths all the time. It was a DirectX box.
And I remember saying, that's too long. It's just Xbox. And we liked that.
That was our code name as a stand-in until we had something better come along.
Day, these guys from the DirectX team walked into my office. And they pitched me on this thing, the Xbox. And basically what they pitched was a disguised PC.
I beg your pardon? I beg your pardon?
So yes, Dr. Umar, you heard correctly. The intentions behind the original Xbox, the genesis of the Xbox console, was to be a disguised PC. So when these guys are talking about the new Xbox is going to be a PC, ponies, are you listening to this documentary? It was always a PC. It was always a PC, according to what Microsoft, a disguised PC. What will be your argument now? See, what these ponies fail to realize is that what makes a console is simply this. If the primary function is to play games, that's very simple. Go and look at the definition now of a console. You don't hear anything about different storefronts. You don't hear anything about it runs Windows. That's what makes it a PC. No. If the primary function is to play video games, that is what is a console. It's not maths. This is not rocket science, ponies. It's very, very simple.
I thought, oh, this is great. This is like a bridge for me to get to the console business.
This box that will run a native version of DirectX, which is the part of Windows that's really focused on the game developer, was revolutionary.
It's going to be easy to port to this machine, easy to take my games and make them run. Unlike running on PlayStation at that time or a Nintendo machine that were just very alien hardware compared to a PC.
Ed understood all this game development is happening on the PC. We wanted to make a console that was specifically designed to be easy and fun to make games on. And if the most creative people did their best work on your platform, that's really good business. That's a good idea.
Basically, I said, I'm in. I like this idea. I want to help you guys.
We were pitching a very traditional game console, and the Xbox team proposals, I understood it. It sounded to us like, hey, we're going to take a PC and we're going to go build a console out of that, and it just didn't seem credible. It's just not the way the business worked.
Final round, fight.
These two groups came at the idea of building a game console in very, very different ways. So this meeting got really contentious.
We have to watch these guys like on our plan and tell us it's not going to work and talk to Bill about how game consoles really work. I'm waiting. I'm like, come on, Bill, kill him, shut him down. They're full of shit. He doesn't do it.
I wanted to see the Bill Gates of old. I wanted to see Old Testament Bill Gates, the guy that was famous for throwing people out of meetings and telling them never to come back and telling them that they're the dumbest person in the company. To my horror, Bill sat back and stroked his chin and was very thoughtful. Bill said, well, I think both teams raised some good ideas.
But he didn't seem really that impressed.
In front of that audience, we realized we had to bring out every stop.
The guys from the DirectX side knew that you don't go to a Bill Gates review without showing something really spectacular.
And so leading into this meeting, none of us had slept for like a week.
We made this little device that had relatively old PC technology with a game console-like case on it. And we modified Windows with a hack that tears open a hole from the bottom up and exposes the hardware.
It was a bunch of PC components and a game controller, and it was literally just held together by chewing gum and tape.
soldering stuff, stripping wires.
And this was like, you know, in the back of our car or like, you know, on the floor in a conference room that we were making this stuff.
An ugly timer on it that showed Windows booting up from power.
Booting a PC 20 years ago would take like 3 minutes. It could take longer. It could take 5-6 minutes. These guys played with a PC, pulled stuff out that wasn't necessary, changed the BIOS.
And I turned it on, and so it booted in like 3 or 4 seconds.
Bill Gates almost jumped across the table. He was so excited when he saw that.
Bill immediately looked at us.
Why the doesn't Windows boot like that all the time? Yeah. Bill wanted to see it multiple times. He's like, turn it off and do it again. Turn it off and do it again.
I saw his jaw drop. This is a guy who knows more than most people in the world will ever possibly know about PCs. Saw a PC, probably for the first time, come on immediately. And we had a software emulator of a PlayStation that had been written for Windows. So you can imagine the executive surprise when we took a PlayStation disc, stuck it in the Xbox prototype, and immediately Tomb Raider came on screen in all its glory.
Guess what? Soon it will be able to play PlayStation games again. So we are seeing everything is coming full circle. So you guys saw in this documentary that the inception of the Xbox was always a PC. So when it is these guys are talking about it's not a console, it's a PC, I mean, they sound so stupid. Not only is Xbox Foundation PC, but we know that all Xbox primary functions is to play games. That's simply it. And this new Xbox that is coming out will be able to play both PlayStation games and Xbox games. We'll be able to play anywhere we go, on our phones, on our mobile devices, and guess what? That is better for gamers. There is no one who could convince me that this move that Microsoft is doing is worse for gamers. No, it is better for Xbox gamers. So while these ponies continue to cope, we will continue to laugh and get all their games. So let me hear what you thought about this video. Do you see it clear now? Is it a console or is it a PC? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.